for copyrighted material.
Wow, Tetcher, wow. What a horrible night to have a curse. In the meantime, though, it's Grand PKT playing on Brightwing. It is Lol vs XD playing on Anubrak, not Abathur. Alistar playing on Falstad. Vortex playing on Commander Rainer. And finally, someone is missing. Oh, it is Chen being played by Lucifer.
Yep, and on the right-hand side, in the red trunks, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be mYi, and starting at the top lane, it is Kessel playing the Nazibo. We have Shinobu playing the Tychus, Fred's W playing the Arthas, Lau will be playing the Illidan, and finally, it is Ace of Spades playing the Mighty Ufa.
So for now, both teams just getting their own watchtowers and just getting into position here. I like what Grand PKT and LoL vs XD are just going to do. Sit here and wait for Nazibo to get himself into position. Same goes actually for the bottom lane with Shinobu and Freds just waiting in the first brush. And Lucifer, if he's not careful, he's going to be running straight into that little gang squad.
Yeah, this is the case. Both teams actually playing very, very safely here. So they did not get caught out. And because of that, we are in fact seeing both no chances of death. Kessel, though, is going to get pushed in because, well, if the gank fails, you push up the lane with the people in there. And this is will likely be what mYi does once they attempt to kill Lucifer. And as long as he survives, they will just push up this lane. Otherwise, they will likely move on to something else, like the Mercenaries, which will be spawning in 55 minutes.
Lucifer is just going to take a little bit of damage. He's getting stunned nice there, though, but
he's going to die. Overdrive! Oh, the shield! The shield will be enough to save him. Nice timing.
I don't like this. I don't like this. They took a lot of damage from those tower hits.
Doesn't matter. They have Fountain. It will be up. Yeah. So the Mercenaries will be up in about 30 seconds. So they can start doing that. And we can see mYi, they're going to be heading to the mid lane to see if they can catch something first. Oh no, they're heading to their bruiser camp. Where are they going? Top lane? Yeah, that's top lane.
Looks like top lane.
They're going to try and help out Kessel here and try and get some counter push going, get some damage going, and they will be nearer to their bruiser camp for when Mercenaries are up.
For now, though, Freds and Shinobu, they're moving to the side here. They're going to catch out Vortex and LoL vs XD. They don't have anywhere to go now. The Frozen Wave is coming out from Freds. He's locking on the Vortex. He's getting his passive proc, but this is too much damage. Regeneration isn't going to be enough. Although, the turnaround with Valstead now coming in, that's the end of Tychus. And oh my word, that was a beautiful flight.
Yeah, very nice flight. And Tychus just got burst super quickly there. He went down very fast. Ace of Spades having a small amount of problems in this bot lane, but he's going to be able to defend this. What are you giggling at?
There's a guy saying the trivia is rigged by the fact that it's easier for the owners of the exclusive HOTS Alpha.
Is it?
LoL vs XD, though, going down. If he's not careful, there's Brightwing coming in. But it's not going to be enough, though.
The Tribute has now spawned, and Shinobu going to take a little bit of damage, but he's retreating currently to where the rest of El Nexo would be coming from, but has backed out into a much safer position. Illidan wanting to join the fray. Ace of Spades would love to come up, but he's currently meeting foes. Lau going to go on to Alistar here. Ace of Spades is here to help, but they're going to back up because of Lucifer coming in. And right now, we're seeing...
Oh, they're jumping onto Alistar. Alistar is going to go down, and immediately Freds is going to continue his fight, going to try and take down Lucifer. This is the disadvantage of having a Chen. While he's really good at engaging, if you're getting caught out, you are most definitely dead.
Yep, and we are seeing Shinobu's going to be able to take this tribute, and mYi taking decent control of this early game. 3 kills to 1 in their favor right now, and it might be about to be 4 kills to 1 if they can get LoL vs XD, but there's the deep tunnel. LoL vs XD does get away by the skin of his teeth, but once again, mYi taking really nice control of this game. They're going to be able to grab their bruiser camp as well, and they're doing a very, very nice job.
So there was a question in chat asking about, does the enemy guy actually see the regeneration orb going into the brushes if you're hiding out of sight? And I believe that's not the case. If you're out of sight, you don't get your opponents do not see the regeneration orb going towards you.
Yeah, I've never really tested it. I am not 100% sure, but I don't think that happens.
Nope.
All right, so we're currently seeing El Nexo. They are reacting in kind. They're going to be grabbing their bruiser camp as well, and they do grab that quite quickly. They aren't, however, in lanes. There is currently no one in the bot lane, and that is giving Ace of Spades a little bit of a lead. We are seeing Grand PKT is on his way there to try and even that up a bit. He's not going to miss out, on any XP bonus, but he should get here just in time. The next tribute is about to spawn, though, and Alistair has been caught out again. He's getting burst. He gets rooted, and he goes down again.
Oh, so unfortunate for the team of Nexo. Well, they were so powerful last game. mYinsanity is starting to, well, out-rotate them, out-position them.
This is definitely a mYinsanity map. If Nexo can get onto the mines, or maybe
well, they will be able to
last time
lose.
Black Hearts.
If they lose,
nice.
they can immediately go to the mines. What I would expect,
come
though,
down to just map prowess.
What I do expect from Nexo is not to pick up mines in the next game if they lose, but immediately pick it up in the final game. Now they're on to Freds. Freds getting knocked up quite a bit here. He is going to go down. That's the end of Artis, and now they're going to try and turn it completely around. This Golem actually going over to Nexo, who's getting to level 10, and this is horrible for mYinsanity. mYinsanity, suddenly they were so far ahead, yet they were so far behind.
Yep, Nexo doing a nice invade there to steal the Golem. It's very much a mYinsanity move, but mYinsanity not able to keep control there, and now they're taking a lot of damage in their top lane. Merc-Lorded Siege Giants, and the Golem will be able to take down this 4, even with Kessel trying to deal the damage. And we also have Nexo all pretty much ready in this bot lane. 4 members here to try and take control of this tribute, and because they're standing on the tribute, they are showing themselves, they are giving vision, which means mYi aren't going to come down for this, because they know they are pretty much outnumbered if they do, and they have to deal with this Golem in the top lane.
And now they're going to have to deal with this bottom lane Golem as well. Falstad is going to clear out the wave, is going to be moving towards this Golem here, and this is not good for mYinsanity. mYinsanity is getting mYinsanitized.
Yeah, that is it. Well done. That was actually a really good one. I'll accept that. All right, so mYi having to play clean up quite a lot of this game. They're going to go for their own Siege Giants. And someone pointing out that, yes, it is easier to answer the questions if you get in the game. Sorry about that, but beta soon. Think about that. It's Spades having to back up here. He does get kicked on and rooted by Chen. Divine Storms, but the Arcane Barrage from Grandpa KT does finish him off. And that's Ace of Spades already down, and for some reason he's not using his corpse to really deal the damage. He could be diving in here, but he does go down.
Lutron now going in here, shock and awe, and immediately the continuation of the fight here. Lutron going to pop his ultimate, going to get himself a little bit more hit points there. Immediately the Odin has been popped by Shinobu as well, but he's getting body blocked here by Lutron, preventing him from escaping properly. Now they're on to Freds. He's going to be in even more sorts of trouble as he's getting completely body blocked, and that's a 3-4-0 plus also the 4th perhaps for the team of Nexo, plus Falstad. Come on, fly. He's going to fly towards the tribute. That's a guarantee.
I don't think he has fly. I think he flew down to get to this area, but he could have dashed over that wall maybe to cut out some time. But he's actually going to run into quite a lot of mYi here. mYi rolling into this tribute, going to try and get control, and there is the clairvoyance for exactly that.
Alistar, be careful. There's Shinobu and Lowell coming in. They're going to try and jump on top of him. There's dash. There's another dash. Now Alistar in a lot of trouble as the tribute is being gathered, but those spiders are pretty good. Correction, the Arcane Rise is pretty good. Now they're on to Castle. Castle in a lot of trouble. He's going to go down so fast. Is not going to be able to pop his Raven of Spirit, and now they're going to turn around onto Ace of Spades. Nexo doing a fantastic job of pulling this game back into their hands and, well, running away with it.
Yep, Nexo, like we said, they lose the early game quite a lot, but they just dominate in the mid to late game. And mYi having some real troubles right now. There goes the Bruiser Camp once again, stolen by Nexo with Mercenary Lord. And Uberak with the Mercenary Lord definitely seems to be coming into favor, especially on maps like this, and it's working fantastically for them. They're now moving down to their Bruiser Camp, which is just about to finish being taken by Brightwing and Falstad and Merc-Lord that as well. And that puts on so much pressure onto mYi, who are really struggling now.
Oh, look at the Siege Camp as well. LoL vs XD moving in, and another Mercenary Camp going over. The entire map is blue, except for one lone Siege Giant camp.
Yeah, that was taken, but that, unfortunately, is already dead. So we're going to see Nexo pushing in this mid lane with their Merc-Lorded Bruiser Camp. The one they stole from mYi is already gone, but this one is being reinforced by some Heroes of the Storm. And we're going to see Nexo take down this mid 4.
I love it. And also, look at the tribute spawning. Look at the tribute spawning.
Yeah, Nexo get that for free.
Yeah, it's such a good position for Nexo. And mYinsanity, well, they know, okay, guys, we're probably getting our asses handed to us. So for now, let's regroup, think of a way to beat them, and don't fight over this tribute. We'll get the next one because we also have 2 of them.
Yep, this is the case. They now have to defend. They have mercenaries pushing in the top. They have mercenaries pushing them in the top lane. The bot lane mercenaries did in fact. Oh, sorry, there weren't any bot lane mercenaries, but mYi gonna actually take their bottom lane siege camp again just for that extra defense. But they do lose their bottom fort. And if Nexo have anything to say about it, the mid fort is gonna go down as well.
Yeah, now they're just going to leave their siege giants in the top lane, immediately rotating towards that fort you were talking about. And this is smart. I like the move by Nexo here. They decide, okay, we want some additional experience, get that snowball going even further. But they also realize that what happened on Wednesday, they don't want a repeat of that at all.
This is indeed the case. Nexo killing off all of mYi's forts. mYi yet to take down... have they actually taken down a tower? They've taken down a gate in the mid lane, and that is it. That is all mYi have been able to do in terms of damage. However, one curse and a couple golems might change that.
Yeah, speaking of the golems here, Lucifron, he's right in the middle of mYi. He's going to be in a lot of trouble here. They're jumping straight on top of him to define the Hurricane. Only onto Lucifron, the beautiful shotgun onto Lowell, going to at least force him to pop his ultimate pretty soon. Ace of Space just running about, but can't really use his ultimate anymore as it has already been used. Gets popped. Vortex is going to be the target though. Is he going to fall? He's running out. He's still trying to escape here. The regeneration is just so much, but eventually he succumbs to the damage. Although Grand PKT is trying to at least force Illidan away, takes him down. Now they're on to Kessel. Kessel is not all that tanky, and finally it's a 3 versus 2 situation. Grand PKT is not very healthy right now, but he does have his teleport, and again, a nice victory here for Nexo.
Indeed, that was a lot closer for mYi, but they were not able to take it in the end. Shinobu, last person standing, backs out to live and fight another day. He might try and steal this. He might just grenade in and just try and dash in to try and steal it, or try and kill someone off. He might get level 60. There's the grenade. For a bit of harassment. Lol actually does get stunned there. In comes Ace of Spades as well. Looks like they're going to try to steal this. It's 2 versus 3 here, and they're just going to abandon it and go for the kill instead. Nexo going to chase onto Shinobu. There's the route. Can they get him? When is the lockup available for level 60? Doesn't look like it is. Lowell and Kessel are now up, and they are going to go for the chase. Lucifron going to be burst down. There's the Divine Storm. Does he have his ult to keep himself alive? I don't think he does, and he will go down. And once again, little bit too greedy from Nexo. It's always about the greed.
Yeah, pretty much a recurring theme here in the WePlay HOTS Invitational. It happened on Tuesday, it happened on Wednesday, it happened today multiple times. Thatcher, when will they learn it? Heroes of the Storm is not pay to win, except on Blackheart's Bay.
Yeah, this is the case. You can't be that greedy. And however, if mYi had played it safe, like a lot of teams had done there, that would have worked out marvelously for Nexo, because they would have been able to take that. If it had just been Tigers, for example, or Tigers had gone to another lane to defend, they might have gotten away with it. But mYi, very well played, reacting to that. Tigers looking at the cooldowns of his teammates and was like, I could deal with that. And went in to just keep them a little bit distracted, got a Nubrak out the way, got him stunned and knocked back, and just kept the damage down so the golem was not stolen, and he could then roll in with his team to try and deal with it.
Interesting thing that we also saw was that mYinsanity popped a Clairvoyance on the golem, and that forced away the team of Nexo, just because they do not want to get seen, they do not want to be interrupted during their golem, they don't want the same thing happening to them as what happened to mYinsanity. The golem from mYinsanity though is fighting at the top lane, and you can see Nexo, they're like, I want that tribute, please give me that tribute. And now they're going for Vortex. Clairvoyance coming out, that reveals the entirety of the team. So much vision control here. Now Vortex has to fall back and immediately engage from mYinsanity.
Yep, Kessel is about to Raven a Spirit over the wall, and there it comes. Gonna try and deal as much damage as possible, and it's working! mYi doing so much damage, but it's not gonna be enough. And Kessel gets interrupted. Freds is gonna drop it. It's down to Shinobu. Kessel, Freds is still alive, but he does go down. It's down to Kessel and Shinobu to try and save this. Kessel using Sprint to get out of the range of Lucifron. Lucifron, Grand PKT, and Alistair all just going super aggro onto this. Shinobu backing out, does use his overdrive, trying to chase down someone to get the damage done. And Lucifron dives in. There's the kill. And Shinobu went too far there. He tried to do it, but Kessel, once again, Ravenous Spirit was interrupted. It did so much damage that time, but once again, it was just interrupted so easily.
Yeah, this is the issue when dealing with Brightwing, Raynor, and LoL vs XD on a new rack. There are 3 ways to just stop your ultimate in your tracks. Actually 4 ways, because the Nubarak has 2. And that's just a little bit too much if you want to run a Nazebo. That's why you need him as your very, very, very last pick and not as your second to last pick, because that allowed them to pick up 2 heroes with the CC necessary to stop that Nazebo. They picked up, in order, they picked up the Nubarak and they picked up Brainer. So,
yeah. Nazebo has to be your last pick. If you're going to take that risk of that damage, you have to make sure you can keep him safe. And there's just so many ways to deal with him. He's a very situational pick. NA, they love him and they seem to be able to play around him in some way. That might just be because players aren't as well conditioned to look for him and just shut him down as quickly, because he always seems to get it off for far too long. But it might just be that the Nazibos are better over there. Who knows? It's either the players are worse or the Nazibos are better. Who knows? But they do love him there.
Yeah, or maybe it's just a different way of playing. I mean, you don't have to... it's kind of the same as before. NA used to use Gaslow. We never used Gaslow. I can only recall 1 or 2 moments that Gaslow was actually used. And that's the difference between EU and NA. And I don't want to get into an argument about which is better or which is worse.
I would agree. I really enjoy both ways, but they are definitely different.
They are different. And it's going to come down to who is able to adapt the most if we're ever going to get cross-realm fights. For now, though, Banshees have already been popped by Raynor. We're going for a little bit of an engager. Ace of Spades moving in. Can't really get his Divine Storm off. Gets popped into his
Spirit
Ghost.
From Kessel over the wall, but that gets polymorphed. Grab PKT, speed boosting his way over. Lau is in, doing as much damage, but we can see all of the damage dealers from El Nexo are still alive, but Vortex does get locked down. His passive is popped, but there's the blink heal from Brightwing. Gonna keep him alive, and Alistair also backing up. Freds is being focused down by Lucifron here. Lau has had to retreat. Freds goes down. Lucifer and El Nexo once again winning the fight, barely, but still winning the fight.
It's not about barely, yeah, exactly. It's about winning the fight. It doesn't matter how you win the fight, it's that you win the fight.
It doesn't matter how low all of your players are, as long as you have more alive at the end of the fight, you are in a great position. And we can see...
Not always. Depends on how early it is.
Unless they have Resurgence and they're just going to come straight back and wreck you, in which case that is hilarious.
Or level 7, before level 7, because the death timers are too low at that point. I mean, if you win a fight and you have everything at 25% hit points and you're at level 7, then you have to go back. You didn't win the fight. You just, well,
you win the fight if you can get out.
Yeah, true. If you get out, you win the fight. If you don't, you're dead.
This is true. So now we're going to see mYi pushing up this mid lane, looking for an opportunity to just get some counter damage on. They need to relieve the pressure on their lanes, because like we pointed out earlier, it is still currently all the forts down for mYi. None of the forts down for El Nexo, but El Nexo are yet to kill a keep of mYi.
And that's pretty much the only thing keeping mYi in the match right now. The stunning loose front, it's not all that much. The overdrive coming out, and again the shield is pretty huge. He's jumping straight to Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades getting locked up. He is going to get a little bit of a speed boost, going to be able to use his Divine Hurricane pretty fast, but is it going to be enough? No, it's not. They do lock up Alistair, but loose front immediately popping his ultimate to try to take down Lowell. Lowell going pretty low, but Freds immediately forcing the damage dealers coming out of El Nexo out of the fight. The Odin gets popped. Artis goes down because he was just in the middle of the fight. Shinobu now going down, so that's a 3-4-0 now, as Artis has correction. Uther has been popped at the start of the gate of the fight, and to make matters worse, El Nexo, this is brilliant. They backed away from the tribute, took the Grave Golem, and are going to take a Grave Golem just before they pick up the tribute. This is such a smart move. They're
going to get some great timing out of this. Golem is now taken, and they're going to wait for it to push as far as it needs to before they grab the tribute. Vortex is going to grab it now, and that gives them such a huge advantage, even if they didn't have it. But one thing I would like to point out in terms of talents, and that is Alistair took Bolt of the Storm.
Let's see, Alistair. Oh, Falstad, yeah, but that makes a lot of sense. You're dealing with an Artist, you're dealing with an Illidan, you need an additional dash to get away from those guys. You do not want to stay in the fight, and, well, getting the additional damage is pretty good for the burst potential. None of the fights have been going down to burst. It has been going down. They have been decided on sustained damage, and that's why you need Bolt of Storm over the over the additional damage coming out of shock of Blast of Awe.
This is indeed the case. And right now, top lane has an Nexo in it. They are pushing this lane down very heavily. Minions are pushing the bot lane pretty heavily. Mid lane is being dealt with by a Bruiser camp. And Alistar does get rooted, and in comes the Ancestral Spirit. There's the Bolt of Storm, and that keeps him alive. There's the Shock and Awe counter. And Kessel, he is completely fine from the CC. Finally gets the full duration of that Ancestral Spirit off. And they still haven't killed anyone. Vortex is retreating. Down goes Illidan. And now they are finished. They are chasing back in. Down finally goes Raider. Finally getting a kill. Lucifron might actually die here as well, but gets his ult off in time. Kills Freds. Kessel is now being chased upon. He will go down too. Shinobu being forced to back out of his own base to try and stay alive. And this is GG. Nexo will take game number 1 of this best of 5 series in the grand final of the WePlay HOTS Invitational.
My word, Thatcher. My word. Nexo, so dominant. You didn't see it coming at the start of the game, and then suddenly, just like before, they just shift into turbo and get themselves a nice victory.
No, Dragon Terror.
Dragon Terror.
Garden of Dragon Terror.
So you're expecting that this match is going to drag on?
Well, it is the Garden of Terror, so yes, I am. So would you like to introduce the players on the blue team?
Alright, so we have Lucifron in the top lane, playing on Chen. In the bottom lane, we have Alistar, Vortex, LoL vs XD, and Grand PKT playing on Felstad. Illidan, no, that's not Illidan, that is Raynor. LoL vs XD playing on Nubrak, and Grand PKT playing on Brightwing. I was going to say respectively, but unfortunately, I am not fast enough.
And on the right-hand side, in the red trunks, it is Nexo, and we have Kessel. No, wait, not Nexo. I got the team mixed up. It is mYi because you didn't say the team name. Kessel is playing on the Tassadar. We have Lowell playing on the Illidan. Shinobu's on the Tychus. Fred is under attack, and he is on the Arthas. And Ace of Spades coming in to heal Lowell. He is on the Ufa.
Guys, give us a chance to finish our introduction.
I know, come on.
Bad players. We need to.
No one even died. You just wasted our intro there. I was able to intro people while casting, though. I'm happy with that. It's fine.
It's decent.
It'll do.
But for now, Lowell and Alistar just engaged in a little bit of a staring competition here. It's kind of like a... I was going to say Mexican standoff, but that was happening the previous game. Actually, Alistar now in a lot of trouble if he gets rooted. He's going to
He's
barrel
still going to get rooted. The dash is so much better than the root. Alistar easily able to get away there. And this is why I don't get why people still try to gank Felstad, because it almost never works.
But if it works, it works.
If it works, it works. Yes, well done, but it never works. Felstad's dash is just better than the root. You can dash while getting rooted, and you will dash to your location, and then the root will take effect. And sometimes it won't even take effect.
Okay, interesting tidbit. Yes. I can do vocabulary too. There we go.
Except for the word vocabulary.
Yes, I can't do that.
Alright, so Fred's back it up here. LoL plus 60 going on to him. Arcane Barrage does hit him. Alistar is here as well, but the root lands on 3 members, and they will not get a kill. Still 0-0 in terms of kill.
It is so close at the moment, and Nexo currently just getting their seat in the bottom part of the map. The thing about the top part is that there's one stray seed just lying around, and mYi hasn't picked it up yet. Are they going to pick it up now?
It actually sent 2 people to go pick it up. But we're going to see Freds heading into this top lane, maybe to try and catch out Lucifron. Gets the slow. There's the vision. And Lucifron kicking his way into tower range, so takes a little bit of extra damage. There's the root. He's trying to brew to get his shield up, and he will get out alive. Oh, the Venom, though. The storm.
The shields!
Enough!
They lock up on the Freds!
It's enough! And Freds is now knocked up in tower range. He will get out as well. There's the shield from Tassadar. Very, very close both sides. The score still 0-0. Seeds 30-30.
Wow.
This is fun.
This is close. Let's take a quick look at the talents as we have a little bit of time. So, Raynor going for Give Me More and Advanced Optics. Oh, I want to tap out. Felstad and Brightwing picking up Bribe together. Gathering Power and Protective Shields. Deadly Strike and Chuck for Chen, and finally Extended Spikes and Underking for Anubrak. On the other side of the map we have Shadow Shield and Immolation for Illidan, Ace of Spades picking up the Conjurer's Pursuit and Protective Shield as the top Shambler is being attacked by mYi. Arthas picking up the Frozen Waste and Venom, Tychus, Arm Piercing Grounds, Melting Point, and Tassadar Scion Fusion and Mental Acuity. That's
Yep, both teams going to be taking a Terra each. I think this might leave them 100 completely even again.
No, a little bit of an advantage for El
No, we
Nexo.
see El Nexo coming out a slight bit ahead,
Yeah.
but no, neither team getting enough to get a Terra here. The score remains still even, and El Nexo still a tiny bit ahead in terms of XP as well.
Just a dinsy bit, but they should be hitting level 7. We can take a quick look at the talents, but I'm expecting the pressure point coming out of Chen. We're going to see the boomerang coming out of Falstad. We're going to see the searing attacks coming out of Raynor. A Nubrak with the Mercenary Lord, and Brightwing is the only one I don't know what she's going to be picking up, because that is a variable slot.
Yeah, Brightwing's level 7 talent is a bit different. It can be multiple options. Generative Rains.
That's pretty good, actually. Because they are probably looking for an extended fight. They don't have all that much burst potential, and they're most likely going to get Falstad that Bubble the Storm again, which means that the Soothing Winds regenerative effects are so much better.
Yep, this is the case, and right now, Lau going to be holding the mid lane. His mercenaries are down, and there are Merc-Lorded mercenaries pushing in his lane. He is going to be dealing with those once his minions are there to give him a bit more vision. The bot lane, however, action is happening. Once again, Merc-Lorded Knights are pushing in here, and this will be El Nexo's chance to get themselves a little bit ahead. They're going to get to level 9. There's the route onto Love vs XD, though, but he still has his deep tunnel. He can get out easily and doesn't even need to. He's going to hang around for a bit while his shield is active, get a bit more damage down. And this should be the other tower gone as well. And now El Nexo with a pretty significant lead. They're going to back out here. Lau, possibly looking for an opportunity, doesn't want to risk it, knows he is outnumbered. Going to move back to his mid lane to soak. But this does mean El Nexo will likely be hitting at level 10 first, and this might be by the time the next seed gathering starts.
Yeah, that's going to be happening in about 30 seconds from now as they're jumping straight to Vortex. Vortex in a lot of trouble. Here's Brightwing coming in from the side. There's LoL vs XD just knocking up Press for a little bit. The regeneration coming out from Vortex, and they're not going to die. Nobody dies from this encounter. It was so close, but El Nexo...
still 0-0.
Wow.
No one has died this game.
Guys, this is not an action-packed game. We need to see blood. The Emperor demands blood.
The Emperor demands blood, and El Nexo demand the enemy Bruiser camp. They will be stealing this and getting it Merc-Lorded as well. That is not going to be fun. Merc-Lord, for those who do not know, doubles the health of Bruiser camps and doubles the damage of Siege Giant camps. Does nothing to Golems because that would be OP.
It only 50%, right?
I thought it was double. Hang on,
no, it's 50%. 50% health on Light Camp, and it's 50% damage on Golems.
Yep, so it is. 50% extra, so half of your original stuff. Which is still enough. Oh, Vortex gets rooted. His passive doesn't even pop. It was off cooldown, so he does die. Grand PKT going to be able to use a speed boost to dash out of there. He does have Blink Heal as well, so he's playing a bit riskier, getting some harassment down while he can. He knows he can back up onto Alistair if need be, as long as he doesn't get rooted. There we go. Blinks back to make sure he doesn't get iced. And that Bruiser camp finally killed off by the minions in the top lane.
For now, though, the Knight has fallen again, and it looks to be a horrible Knight to have a curse, which is currently growing. The Garden Terror in the background, growing on both sides. And, well, the first kill going over to the team of mYinsanity. I can't help but that those teams have already tasted blood, and they want more.
Yeah, this is the case. Both teams just making the most out of it as they can, just grabbing as many seeds as possible. Both teams have a Terror ready. And we're likely going to see a fight for this. Falstad flying up to the top lane to clear it out. He's trying to get his team as much XP as possible, and they will take their Terror at the last second. Both teams will. They will wait until they have just enough time. And look at it, grabbing these almost identically. Lowell just beat back to grab his. Lova60 just grabbing his as well after being. And you want to leave it for as long as possible so that your Terror can outlast your opponent. But Lova60 grabbing his now because he needs it to defend against the Terror of mYi.
It's going to be very, very important to the guys from mYi to get themselves a tower, get themselves a little bit of experience, because they're still behind. LoL vs XD now dropping his own bulb. That's going to clear out the mercenaries here. At the same time, LoL already moving towards the bottom lane, going to drop a bulb here to deal with the towers as well. But unfortunately, LoL vs XD is there to take that one out. And it's kind of like a... Well, it's a relay race. Lowell goes somewhere, LoL vs XD follows him. But there are no towers to actually deal with this plant golem, so that's going to be an easy fort going over to El Nexo. Another thing to keep in mind here is that there are no minions whatsoever because of those bulbs being tossed out by Lowell, and the rest of his team is already busy taking the fort in the middle lane. So another one of these bulbs coming out.
That is currently a fort for a fort, but mYi choosing to continue to defend. They, in fact, a couple of them beat, a couple of them have mounted up, and they are coming in to try and deal with this push of El Nexo. Lau charging in, going to try and do the damage here. mYi clearing this up quite well, and El Nexo's push a bit more effective than mYi's due to the fact that they've managed to get so much damage done in this bot lane rather than just a fort for a fort.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue. mYi was a little bit behind, they had a little bit of a talent deficiency, and they had no choice but to say, okay, we're going to lose a little bit of our towers in order to get that keep, get that experience advantage, and stay on the tail of El Nexo. And now both towers have gone down as, well, mYi, they look to engage, but they can't really get into position to do so.
Well, right now they have equal talents. So mYi want to fight before level 17 is hit, and they're actually going to move down through this bruiser camp. They were spotted by this siege camp. So if they need to fight, if they're going to fight, they need to fight now while there is no talent advantage for El Nexo. Everyone's ultimates are up. There's the Oracle. Kessel giving his team vision. Bribe being popped by Alistair. Try and give his team some vision. And give his team a bit of an advantage taking this, and they're going for it. The bruiser camp is down, and there goes Inadin, a bit too late to delay it, but the fight is happening. Ace of Spades gets polymorphed and immediately bursts. There's the Shock and Awe, doing a lot of damage. Alistair is completely fine in the background, finally taking some damage thanks to Tassadar's Storm, but he just fountained straight away. Kessel is going to be popped. His phase shift has been used. He phase shifts again. It was the one that auto-activates when he reaches a certain amount of health. He is backing up, trying to stay alive, but Luciferon is on his heels. He will chase, and Alistair vaults as well to take out Freds. Freds goes down, and it is Lowell and Shinobu who survive. They will back up to try and stay alive, and that was a 3-for-2 fight. mYi still keeping this game pretty even, but it's even with a tiny bit in favor of El Nexo every single time, and that's just starting to build up.
Yeah, it's like you said, a small advantage starts to snowball, and El Nexo now going to get their Garden Terror before their opponents, and if they do it correctly, they can get so many seeds that they might be able to pick up 2 Garden Terrors in a row. And that's going to be horrible for mYi, where Ace of Spades is already moving in, going to try and stop the Shamblers from happening. But I like what mYi is doing here. They're just going to harass a little bit here with El Nexo. But the issue is they're dealing with a Brightwing, so they have to fight all in before Brightwing appears. And Brightwing is like, okay, I'll just phase shift in, no chance there. mYi now moving on to one of the Shamblers, as Anurak is actually taking the Merc, or rather the big, the Garden Terror. There we go.
Yep, and so Lord vs XD will be pushing up to this top Terror, Shamba, to help his team take it and give his team a bit of an advantage. Terror is now available for mYi as well, but there are mercenaries pushing the spot lane. They're about to die off, so they don't need to react to them too quickly. They're instead going to clear the mid lane and wait for as long as possible before they grab their Terror. It is now available, and we will see someone head to grab that. It's going to be Illidan again, and the rest of mYi heading to the top lane to try and deal with the push from
El Nexo has 103 seeds remaining. That means that they are going to get an additional golem right after this one dies, and that's a huge advantage. I mean, you might have the 30 seconds advantage of the golem. Okay, it's going to be there. The regeneration time of the golem is, the Garden Terror is going to be there, but it will boil down to the fact that, well, Nexo is just going to get themselves one of their own for 2 minutes, uncontested. And Lord vs XD just going to try and bait mYi into the bottom lane, as the top lane is already being pushed by their minions, and the middle lane exactly the same. Both Garden Terrors just flopping around, and Grand PKT...
this time we're going to see a fight with Terrors here. And right now, though, 17 has been hit by El Nexo, so they are a talent ahead, and we won't see mYi fight until they at least hit level 16. Terror will help with that, being able to clear minion waves very quickly. And they are getting quite close, but they still aren't at that magic number 16 yet. So they will continue to refuse to fight, play safe, and just use their Terror to whack onto Lord vs 60, who is about to expire, but he can go get another one very shortly after, once the cooldown has finished.
Yeah, for now they're just going to be escaping here, and mYi, this is their moment. This is their chance. They need to get themselves at least a tower, at least the gate here, else they're pretty much out of the game
Now
because
16.
of that.
They have their talents.
Yeah, they have to go. They cannot wait for too long. Lowell going pretty low. He knows that he's going to get popped out of his platform pretty soon.
8 seconds. He's 8 seconds.
So
He's trying to do as much damage. He
close.
should have one more bulb before that expires. And 2, 1. Gets the bulb down. So he's going to do a tiny bit of extra damage. It's not going to be much, but he has maximized the efficiency that he could and did a fair amount of damage. However, it is still only 1 fort to 3 in favor of Nexo. Nexo still a level ahead, about to be 2 levels ahead once they finish clearing up some waves and grabbing some mercenaries. Giants in the mid lane grabbed by mYi.
This was
and
a little bit
Nexo.
not too well timed. You saw that Alistar and Vortex were moving towards the Bruiser camp to pick that up, but because of the Garden Terror being picked up immediately, they didn't get the chance to aggro it, and as a result, well, they don't have that additional power from those mercs. However, do they really need additional power? They have Siege Giants in the middle lane, they have a big wave ready to roll in that bottom lane, and they're sending the Garden Terror right into there. And, well, mYi, with their back against the wall, they have no chance. They need to fight before the keep falls. If the keep falls, it's all over.
Yeah, we're seeing Love 60 going on to that keep. The bulb is now down, so the minions will be taking a lot of that aggro, and this is why we're seeing Freds moving so far forward, so we can clear up the minions so that the keep starts aggroing onto the Terror to reduce the attack speed, and that is now what is happening. Terror, though, throwing down the bulb, so he will be able to kill off the keep, and that is putting Nexo so far ahead. They're moving forward now, looking for the option of that second keep, but they will attack it from outside the base to reduce the amount of risk. Bulb will go down just in front so that they can protect it and the Terror can block it as much as possible. And we're going to see more towers going down. Nighttime has started again. So Nexo could, in theory, back up here and just go and grab another Terror. And that's what they're going to do. The team going for seeds while the Terror continues to distract. He has 20 seconds left. Going to start throwing down bulbs to try and keep the team of mYi busy. But mYi grouping onto the Terror, they're going to try and take him down.
Yeah, he's going dangerously low. He's going to be popping out one of his seeds. Going to try and escape here. Lolvers XD needs to deep tunnel. He gets tunneled and stunned again. Stun. No, it's not enough. He gets away. He does have his ultimate pop, so he will be able to immediately run straight out of there. But mYi might be able to get themselves a Garden Terror of their own. For now, though, 50 against 80. This is another Terror for the team of Nexo.
This is another Terror in 5, 4, 3, 2,
and another
1.
kill.
It's now available. Now they just need to grab the seeds, and that will start growing. And Arthas did go down. And we're going to see Nexo just pushing mYi back to their base, going to keep them busy with defending lanes while they go and grab both the seeds and the Bruiser camp for free. And that will give them another Terror and even more lane pressure.
Yeah, they should be using Anubarak for all of these camps. If they're interested in taking the bottom camp as well, they need to go there right now before Anubarak heads back to base to try and pick up the Garden Terror. Speaking about picking it up, they have 1 minute to pick it up, and this is something that, well, while it will probably not happen in this game, we've seen it in previous games. Garden Terrors not being picked up, and as a result, withered.
Expire.
Yeah, they withered.
This is true. We've only had it, I think, twice where a Terror has expired, and that was because a team forced a team fight to make them stop. They got 38 seconds left, so they're going to take this Bruiser cap as quick as possible so they can make the most of Anubarak's Merklord, and then they will send Anubarak back. Actually, they're going to take this camp as well because Brightwing has Bribe.
But she doesn't have it active right now.
Not.
But it doesn't really matter. They can just pick it up. Heartstoning is only 8 seconds. And Lolvers XD is fast enough to go back to base to do so.
That was the
also,
most efficient Terror timing I have ever seen.
I love it here. And look at the Golem now, the Garden Terror now, right in the hands of Anubarak. Level 20 has been hit, so let's take a quick look at the talents. Bolts, Resurgence, and Storm Shield. They're looking to finish it right here, right now.
Yeah, they need to do it right now while they have their level 20s. They have Merklorded minions in every single lane. This is where they are going to win, if any time. And we can see mYi in the bot lane, trying to clear up these mercenaries and doing a fairly good job. Mercenaries are now all dead, but there are mercenaries in both mid and top lane. So Nexo going to use this bot lane as the distraction, as their main push point to try and get the damage done there. Bulb coming down. Lawverse XD ignoring the fight, going onto the core. The fight is happening though. El Nexo, Storm Shield does come down. Grandpa JT blinking out and almost survives. But Lau chasing on. Lau going for Vortex now. Vortex's passive has popped and he doesn't have any more health out of this. He goes down. Alistair now dashing. He bolts and he doesn't make it over the wall. He needs his jump to be off cooldown again. He's being chased. There is Lau. He's rooted and he goes down. And now it is just Lucifron and the Terror, but they've already got the core down to 50%. They're going to keep wailing on this. mYi coming back in, trying to do something. Shinobu, you need to kill these people off. Kill the bulb before it kills your core. Lau going in as well, but it's not going to be enough.
Game! Wow. What
well
a
played.
game. What a game. El Nexo like, okay, we have a Terror. Terror goes to the core. Pick it up.
It was a gaming mouse, I'm assuming.
No, it was just one of those very cheap trust mouses.
Okay. All right, so would you like to introduce the blue team?
Right, so it's Vortex going to be playing on Tassadar, we have Alstor playing on Vala, we have Grand PKT playing on Malfurion. In the bot lane, we have Lucifron playing on Chen, and LoL vs XD playing on Zeratul. And
on the right-hand side, in the red trunks, it is going to be mYi. And we have Ace of Spades on the Brightwing, Fred's on the Arthas, Kessel is on the Tychus, Lowell is on the Tyrael, and in the bot lane, it is Shinobu on the Sergeant Hammer.
For now, everybody just moving in. Also, oh, this was pretty nice. If Sergeant Hammer actually rolls over one of these boards that's slightly, well, how do you say? Skewed? I don't know, but Shinobu's in love trouble. He's going to get a little bit of damage. He's tossing his boost out. LoL vs XD trying to chase him down. One more hit. That's
He's gone.
Yeah. Where
Yeah,
did
this
the
is
slow come from?
exactly what El Nexo did against Well Met when they tried using Sergeant Hammer on this exact same map. You go in, you wait in the bush. Sergeant Hammer takes too long to get to lane. They beat him there and they kill him. Very well played.
Kill her.
Kill her, yes, sorry.
Yes. Sergeant Hammer against is a female tank operator.
This is indeed the case.
But for now, the treasure chests have spawned. Alistar and LoL vs XD are immediately on the treasure chest. Freds is moving in from the side. He's going to try and steal one of these coins. Doesn't get any of them. Brightwing now coming in. Freds in a lot of trouble. Goes down very, very low, but will be able to escape with the help of both Ace of Spades and Shinobu. And now they are going to be falling back. And if we're looking at the top side of the map, 5 coins going over to Lowell. So that's pretty much a free treasure chest for the team of mYinsanity. And also, I need to update the score. There we go. Now it's
Yes,
working.
you do. So currently, 5 coins for each team, 5 on each side. And we're going to see mYi try to push up this bot lane. But in comes Lucifron onto Shinobu. But Shinobu very safe this time. Now he has reinforcements. He's feeling a lot more confident. He's going to be sieging up and doing huge amounts of damage. Level 1 talent, taken by Sergeant Hammer, is the advanced artillery. Meaning it's going to do an extra 10% of damage to anyone who is a certain distance away from him.
And apparently Skips uses a mouse, a live mouse. I was going to say a mice louse, but actually Castle taking a little bit of damage. Vortex coming in. Fred's just going to walk away from this one because Lucifron does not have CC, but apparently Skips uses a live mouse to play, so he can blame it on the mouse instead of on himself.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Sorry guys, I misplayed that. My cat attacked my mouse.
Well, to be honest, I've had that happen.
I do not own a cat. I have not had that happen.
Well, I've had it happen when a kitten came by. Sis had a kitten, and the kitten wanted to play Heroes of the Storm, so it's a good idea though, but still.
What, kittens playing Heroes of the Storm?
Yes.
Sounds pretty solid. Like it's like in StarCraft, where I can't remember which team it was. I think it was Startail came out of a puppy.
Yeah.
And it was like the puppy. You've got to be careful who you send the puppy out against. Like I'm pretty sure the puppy could, for example, beat me. The puppy's not much of a sniper, but you've got to be pretty careful who you send it out against.
Yeah, but my kitten was the kitten was basically a kitten of the storm.
No, that was bad even for you. All right, so Shinobu gonna be just trying to play it safe, but right now he's been abandoned by his team because his team went to get mercenaries, so he's pretty much on his own defending against these mercenaries to trying to clear those up. He will be able to do that with the help of mines and his own autos. He will clear them at a pretty reasonable pace, but there is a bit of a scuffle going on at the turn, and then Fred's choosing not to turn it, in fact, and has backed up to try and keep his teammates safe and get ready for the chest spawn. Shinobu is here, but they've spotted LoL vs XD. It's 4 vs 3. Brightwing is teleporting in, realizing they're outnumbered. And there is the overdrive onto Lucifer. Lucifer's been polymorphed as well. He's being dropped low. He goes down. And Alistair is locked down as well. He vaults. Will he escape? Sergeant Hammer did not get the last auto. There's the shield from Grand PKT. And now the chase is turned around. Ace of Spades and Kessel were the low ones. They're the ones backing out. In comes Tyrael trying to get the finishing blow. And Shinobu actually got body blocked by Tyrael there. Tyrael has 10 coins from somewhere. But Brightwing has pretty much healed everyone back up to full health. And mYi come out ever so slightly ahead.
For now.
For now.
But we've seen before what happened.
If there's one thing we know about El Nexo, it's that the early game means nothing when you watch them play.
Exactly, and that's kind of my issue here, why I'm a little bit hesitant to say mYi is... I mean, look at Lowell, he's going to take a lot of damage, will have his elements might up in just a few seconds, or does he? No! He is able to escape. They were able to, well, almost take him down, but not entirely, and unfortunately almost doesn't count in Heroes of the Storm.
Yep, this is true. So Lau going to be heading back. He still has 10 coins. He has to turn in on his own, but doesn't want to abandon his team. He's now heading to the turn-in to see what he can get out of this. And right now, there was a warning ping by his team about where they thought the enemy team was. Lau waiting at the turn-in. We can see that Alistair is the nearest to him, and Alistair is heading to the bot lane to try and deal with Sergeant Hammer, who is already backing up. And this will be the first turn-in going to mYi, who are now looking pretty good. They have mercenaries pushing in the top lane. They have taken the watchtower. They're going for the top lane golem, in fact, but they're about to run into some trouble here if Malfurion decides to have a little peek. But it might just be Kessel and Freds being able to do this alone as long as they're not spotted. There's a lot of people here. Ace of Spades has been locked down. His team has given up on the golem to come out and try and help him. He is going to be able to escape, but the golem has been scrapped.
But they have to be very, very careful because the team of mYi has already hit level 10. And that's going to be very, very unfortunate for the guys from El Nexo, as they are going to be engaged upon the moment they even show their own faces. But now, Kessel has already regained control of the watchtower. Lowell in position for the judgment. Alistair has to be a little bit careful here. They're going to go straight towards the watchtower here. LoL vs XD now finally hitting level 10. Will have his Void Prison available, I imagine. Does he go for Void Prison?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Let's take a quick look. Yeah, he's picking up the Void Prison, Archon being picked up by Tassadar, Tranquility being picked up by Malfurion. So, Malfurion, I like his ultimates, I have to say. His heroic abilities are very well balanced because we see both of them, Tranquility and the other one.
Yep, Tranquility's pretty nice. They're a bit short on healing, and they have to get a lot of sustain healing when they're against people like Tychus and Sergeant Hammer. So I do like the idea of being Tranquility. And once again, the golem has been scrapped. I'm not sure why this time, but they have ditched it again.
They're a little bit afraid of what might happen if the Void Prison is tossed. Toss a Void Prison right on top of mYi the moment they try to take it, and then I believe you get your... that also stops the capture, if I'm not mistaken, if they're in Void Prison.
It does. If you stop the capture, and you can blink onto the capture yourself and steal it if you're a Zeratul.
Exactly, so that's maybe what they're really afraid of, because Grand PKT was in the vicinity together with his team. Here's the engage, just betrayed the Grand PKT, he's in a lot of trouble, but he's still healing himself. Tranquility isn't quite enough. Vortex now coming from the side with the Tastar, dealing a little bit of damage, not all that much. LoL vs XD barely able to escape. Lucifer doing quite a bit of damage as he's trying his best.
The
no,
speed boost from Brightwing, he's able
trouble
to get out. Vortex is out of his Archon. He's trying to get away. He shields himself. Kessel came in from the side but was not able to get it. Lucifer attempting to kick his way out. Kessel's now out of his Odin. There's the ultimate from Lucifer. He's going to turn it onto Kessel, but Kessel is in his keep range. Keeps pretty low. Lucifer could probably dive that, but that would be super risky. Ace being dropped super low. They're going on to Ace, and Ace blink heals away to Tychus, but Zeratul comes in to try and finish him off. The speed boost from Ace isn't going to help him. There's the Singularity Spike. Brightwing does go down. Lucifer is going to go down to Kessel, though Vortex might be caught out here. He does have a phase shift, but we're seeing Freds continue to chase as well as Lau. They take him down, and that was a 3-for-1 trade. About to be a 4-for-1 trade for mYi. mYi seriously winning it back.
Yeah, and when all of that was going on, Shinobu has taken down the bottom fort and is continuing to apply more and more pressure to the base of El Nexo. She's going to be able to take at least one of these towers. LoL vs XD is moving in, but he's going to have to deal with Brightwing as well, so he's going to fall back and get another full hand in favor of mYinsanity. So that's 2-to-1 in hand-ins, and given the fact that this fort is going to go down, they're going to get such a huge experience lead that it's going to be very, very hard for El Nexo to actually get back into the game.
If there is any team that can do it, though, we have seen it is El Nexo. However, mY, like we said, going to be able to get the bruiser camps and put themselves even further ahead, just continuing to take control where they have it. Bruiser camp at the top lane is being taken by El Nexo, just trying to relieve some pressure on themselves. They are taking a huge amount of damage from the volley on their top lane. They're about to lose that last tower. They still have the fort. As long as they can keep it alive, they are in a pretty decent position. And someone pointed out in the chat that Sergeant Ham was apparently full health and popped first aid. Good job there. It worked because, well, she survived.
Yeah, first aid actually applies over time, if I'm not mistaken.
Does.
And if you hit it a little bit early, just before the team fight, then it will regenerate rapidly during the team fight, and you are not at risk of getting burst down. So that might be the idea that Sergeant Hammer had. The Napalm Strike coming out. Here's the fight starting for the team of El Nexo. Lucifer popping his ultimate, beautiful Void Prison there. But oh, this is so smart by the team of mYinsanity. Just running straight into the Void Prison. Now Freds is in a lot of trouble. He's going to fall. Judgment from Lowell onto Alistair. But running into the Void Prison was just a little bit too late. And they already took way too much damage. And now it's just cleanup time for El Nexo. Although Castle is forcing them away. Lucifer brewing it up. Just going to actually jump straight into Castle. Castle in a lot of trouble. Popped out of his own and doesn't quite go in. Lowell, he's forced to back away from this one right after going in.
Gets Alistair, but now he's out of position. Needs to back up. He's trying to get Grand PKT. He's giving his own life, but gave 2 kills. And they're going to get Zeratul as well. That is a 3-for-2 trade in favor of mYi. And they're going to chase onto Vortex and try and make it 4-for-2. He's so low. Overdrive is nowhere near off cooldown, though. There comes Tyrael. The displacement is in, and Vortex goes down.
Double displacement, forcing him away from the gate. Very well played here by mYinsanity. And to make matters worse for the team of El Nexo, mYinsanity has a full hand in ready to go. They just need 1 camp, and then do they have to? No, they need 1 full camp. Sorry, they don't have a full turn in, but very, very close.
Yep, so they are just grabbing as many coins as they can. Boss is still up, still hasn't been taken all game. It's been close a couple times, but mYi has always been the team backing out of this. Top bruiser camp, Freds will take that. That will be used to defend the top bruisers of El Nexo, which were taking quite a while back, finally pushed their way to the fort, and Freds is here as well to help clear that up. Kessel clearing out the bottom siege giants, as well as Shinobu, who is attacking from over the wall in his own base.
That's a lot of siege range. But we have 12 coins now in the hands of Chen. If Chen can get that full hand in, then we might have a comeback here for El Nexo. And in this being started, there's nothing the team of mYinsanity can do. And, well, this is actually pretty good for El Nexo, because this fort has already taken half of its health and damage. And that should at least give them a lot of pushing power in the bottom lane as well.
This is indeed the case. So right now, mYi just trying to keep control of the game. They're just grabbing the watchtower, so they have the vision. They are now heading to the boss. Looks like they are going to start it. I figured they would more likely just set a trap here, but they are in fact going to start it. Shinobu is going to try and hold back El Nexo here. El Nexo, they're going to need to try and get in there, and they must notice what Shinobu's doing. Have they got vision?
Oracle.
Yes, they have. Oracle has given them vision. They need to go in.
For the engage here. Lucifer is getting ready. Yes, and here we go.
Love vs XT blinking out to make sure he doesn't die. He was very almost killed there. Void Prison being used very early, so now they're trying to use the time they have to take down Tyrael. Tyrael goes down. Fred's being dropped very low. Shinobu has been rooted. He's still in range though, gets a huge amount of range. And LOL vs XT and Lucifer steal the golem because they killed off everyone in that area.
Oh, Freds.
And now Freds gets jumped on by Lucifer and was having to see Shinobu trying to kill Vortex here, but he can't get him. Kessel has been popped out of Odin. He needs to turn onto Vortex, and he's going to, but there's the ult pop by Lucifer. Lucifer is completely fine here. There's the knockback by Shinobu. Ace of Spades does have Blink Heal. He can get out of here, but Shinobu taking a lot of damage here. The knockback binds are helping. Ace of Spades does teleport in to try and help, but we did see El Nexo steal the golem there and get 2 kills without losing a single member.
And that's a lot of XP going towards El Nexo, at least allowing them to clear the, or rather, remove the level gap that was there. Okay, they're going to be 1 level behind, but it isn't all that much. Lucifer moving into the bottom lane, going to try and defend his keep. But this was a fantastic fight for the guys from El Nexo, and I have to say, it was a brilliant move there to move directly onto the golem and steal it away from the team of mYinsanity. But the issue is mYinsanity, again, have way too much money and are going to use their credit card to blow up some more forts.
Yep, they are, as we have said multiple times, paying to win. Down goes the top fort. Now the aggro will switch onto the mid buildings. They still have quite a few shots left to take down to do a lot of damage to that mid lane. Shinobu using his siege mode and splash damage to help clear out that top lane, while the rest of mYi continues to gain control. They still have that watchtower in the top lane. If they can rotate to the bot lane, once those mercenaries have been taken, they can clear those up quite quickly. They are not going to contest the bottom bruiser camp though, and we're going to see Nexo use this as an opportunity to try and take down the bottom fort. They might be looking to dive this. No, they're actually going to mount up and go to the turn-in.
This is a smart move. They know that their opponents most likely have enough coins to do a full turn-in. Lowell now revealing himself, and they're jumping straight to Lowell. Lowell, he's going to be using his judgment pretty soon. Beautiful Void Prison there on the castle and Shinobu. But Lowell actually ran into the Void Prison. That's going to get Fred's kill. And now we get some ultimates being popped here by mYinsanity. Luzron jumping straight to the castle. He's going to get destroyed out of his ultimate form really fast. No damage whatsoever. Now Lowell is the next target. He's going to fall as well. Actually using his judgment at the very last moment, but it isn't quite enough to win the fight. Luzron now popping into his ultimate. He's going to chase down Shinobu here. And in the background, we also have some guys sitting onto Tigers. I don't know who they are. First aid being popped by Shinobu. Luzron doing a lot of damage. But oh my word. Nexo with a beautiful fight there.
Nexo doing what Nexo does, winning the fights in the late game to bring themselves back into the game. Shinobu trying to flee here. He has knockback mines, but there's not going to be enough. Almost taking out Love vs XD, as Love vs XD dived onto the mines, but Love vs XD surviving in the end, and that is going to be a full turn-in for Nexo. And this could be what brings them back into the game. We're seeing mYi having to spend a lot of time defending this bot lane that while all this was going on was pushing thanks to Nexo. And Nexo now attempting to steal the easy camp to put even more pressure on here.
And now the barrage of cannonballs is in progress. Look at the top. Should be targeting the middle lane right now. Yeah, it's already taking quite a bit of damage. And also, another big thing. Nexo, from being behind on levels all the time, suddenly having their secondary heroic abilities available. Double Bolt Storm, Zeratul and Vala. We're looking at Twilight Archon for Tassadar, Chen with the Resurgence, and Malfurion is still thinking about what he wants. Does he want to upgrade Tranquility? Or does he want to upgrade into Bolt of Storm? Bolt of Storm, right? Or Storm Shield?
Bolt of Storm. I think Storm Shield is an option as well, but Bolt of Storm is definitely an option. It's taking Storm Shield though.
Probably to deal with all the burst damage that can be front-loaded by the team of mYinsanity.
Definitely an option. Grampigeti just dropping all of his heals and his what is the name of the ability that gives mana? I have Innovates. Dropping all of his Innovates onto his team, just keeping them healthy and happy as long as possible so that they can get into a fight. Brightwing has managed to sneak forward to help push this lane, holding some XP, doing basically an Abatha, helping push the lane, grabbing some XP. She can blink to her team when she is needed.
But seriously, I have to say, Nexo is doing a fantastic job. You can't really discount mYi. The issue with picking up a Sergeant Hammer means that your team fights are going to be weaker, and Nexo knows. Nexo has a very good team fight composition, and they're taking out exactly the targets that they need to take out. Make sure that Lowell can't use the Judgment, and then win the fight from there on.
Yeah, this is the same situation that we saw with PPP versus mYi, in that mYi needs to dictate the fight. They need to get Judgment as the engagement, as opposed to someone maybe getting caught out and jumped on by Chen. But we are now going to see Nexo heading up to this top golem. This will be the second golem of the game that they do get. We're seeing mYi, though. Looks like they're going to head to this bot lane and steal some mercenaries? Or are they just going to push in and try and base race? They're going to base race. Or at least just try and get the keep.
They're going to have to get the keep here, and you can see the entirety of Nexo going back to base. Freds is already targeting the keep, already at least tanking a little bit of the damage. But the issue is this is a really bad fight here for mYi. They have to fall back. They do have to see Giants, but look at the damage already being done here by Malfurion and Lucifron. He's looking for the engage. He has to be careful himself though. He has 14 coins on him. If they lose this fight, they lose the game, and Nexo knows that, so they're just going to defend their keep and not engage. Smart move, because mYi, they have to go back to the top lane and deal with this Grave Golem.
This is true. Arthas did pop his ultimate there, so that's going to be the longest ultimate on cooldown. Blink Heal is now off cooldown as well as Napalm, but Arthas, the big tank character, is not going to have the cooldown, but they're going on to grab PKT. He gets wiped out instantly. Storm Shield has been popped by Brightwing, and they're going to push in. That's 2 members down from El Nexo. Sergeant Hammer was thinking about being to defend, but she's not going to do it. The keep and the core will deal with this. They're going to use this opportunity. They have to get a keep for this to try and even up the fight. Down goes the keep of mYi. They're going to get one in exchange. Looks like they're going to try and dive the core here. This is probably their one chance. Odin has been popped as well as Archon. They're going to fight each other. Shrink Ray was used on Kessel, but he is out of his Odin now. He gets popped so quickly. The Void Prism catching it. Spades and Lowell, they are in serious trouble now. Lucifron is out of position, but he has his ultimate. He will pop it. Lulver 16 does survive. That Sergeant Hammer range is huge. Just doing so much from so far away. Lucifron is being forced back. Shinobu is being kept alive by Brightwing here, and it is they are now continuing to fight the core. They still haven't got the shield down, and finally mYi realizes that they're not going to get much more down than this. Valor and Malfurion will be popping up soon. They are going to back out and just stay alive.
Was a very, 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 very close fight, but again, Lucifron was just a little bit too tanky to take down, and I believe that mYi they made the right call. They had to go for the core, but yeah, the issue is that it just didn't work out, and now the worst thing that's going to happen is going to happen. A full hand-in for the team of El Nexo. This mid lane keep is going to go down in the first barrage, and the second keep, the final keep actually, is going to survive at about half health. And I hate to say it, but mYi, they have one chance left, and that is a full-on base race against the team of El Nexo.
They have to maybe get a kill or two, but then just look for their advantage, because El Nexo will win. If they charge into the core, they will win. But if mYi gets there first, they have it, or have some mercenaries with them perhaps, they have a chance.
But a very slim one. And El Nexo knows.
They're waiting for a turn in themselves.
Do they have the money for a turn? And they have 11 coins.
I don't know how much they have in.
5 out of 6. Yes, that's exactly enough. 11 coins.
Every time.
So nicely done by mYi. They have more. They have Ace of Spades
Ace
as well.
has 5.
But
Alright,
still,
so
that's going
that
to...
is a full turn in.
Yeah, but it's not going to kill the keep, though, I believe.
No, that'll kill mid-keep. It's only going to take one shot onto the... Oh, no, wait, the tower.
Yeah, exactly.
It might. I'm not sure. That'll do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, it needs one more shot on the tower. But the fight is happening down here. Lowell has been rooted, did not get into the Void Prism in time, needs to get as much damage down as possible, does so much to mYi. mYi taking... Oh, sorry, to the rest of... El Nexo here. Ace of Spades goes down in the back. Lucifron is in the back line killing everything. Kessel's Odin is almost expired. Tassadar did go down, but Kessel is now out of his Odin. He's going on to Lucifron, trying to pick him off, but Freds goes down. Kessel goes down. It's just Shinobu left. He's 1 versus 4, basically, and he goes down. Resurgences on Arthas and Tyrael will stop them losing the game, but El Nexo even further ahead now.
I was under the impression that Lucifron had 24 coins on him, but that's not the case. He's going to go for the hand-in together with Grand PKT. It's not quite enough yet, so they're sending Lulver XD to get 2 more coins. Possibly could have sent him in a little bit earlier, but now Treasure Chest has spawned. And for mYi, only one thing remains. They need to get a full turn in.
Yep, they have to get a full turn in, and they have to maybe do a push. The mid keep did go down. It is 1 keep to 1 keep, but El Nexo do have a level advantage.
Yeah, but a level advantage at this point isn't all that much. Everybody has their talents, everybody has their stats. It's just a little bit of stats.
Oh no, this is
actually
bad.
The jumping trail to Lulver XD, but he's trying to get out there. There's Judgment. Lulver XD with a double blink will survive. Nice Void Person there. Now Lucifron is the next target. Lucifron does not have his ultimate, I believe, because he did use it in the last fight. He's going to just brew it up for a little bit longer. Finally, he goes down, and this might be exactly what mYi was waiting for. They're trying to take down Vortex. He's going to be popping into his Archon form. The ultimates are now coming up. They're trying to take down Lowell, dangerously low. Ace of Spades goes down as well, and the beautiful Void Prison there from Zeratul right onto Freds. Now Kessel in the background, popping the ultimate, popping the Odin actually. Big red button going out as well. Freds is going very, very low. But he will actually walk away. No, he won't walk away from this one. He's going to fall. Now Kessel going to try and turn it around onto Alistar, but Alistar is going to be vaulting out of the nuke. Shinobu going down, and this is just a dead tie, because he's going to try and take down Lucifron. Nope, not going to happen. There's the ultimate from Lucifron.
Yep, Earthstone Fire literally just came up. Kessel Last one left alive. This will be GG. He's going to be picked off. Almost gets LOL versus XD though. And Tigers does go down. Bottom keep being killed by Siege Giants. The entirety of mY is now dead. There's 4 catapults in this top lane. Well, 3. One just died. Bottom keep gonna go down. We're seeing Nexo gonna charge in. They're gonna kill this off. 16 seconds till Tyrael is alive. He will be the soonest. Lucifron gonna be tanking the core with his brew, and all of Nexo are pretty low, but Malfurion gonna be healing them up very nicely. There's catapults.
Oh, LOL versus 60. He's going for the stylish finish.
Is he? Where is he?
Dun dun. The handing point. Da, 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 da.
Yes, going for the handed as well with 11 coins. That will be enough. There's the judgment onto Alistair. They need to try. mYi trying desperately to clear this up. Vortex and Lucifron are still going onto the core. Lucifron is the one doing the majority of the damage now. Vortex has run towards the fountain to try and do it, and the turn-in will win the game. Can they kill off Lucifron? He goes down, but the turn-in wins the game, and Nexo are your champions of the WePlay HOTS Invitational.
My word, what a fight, Thatcher. What a fight. The turnarounds are real, and that was so close.